There are... Only thing you see is feet. And they are running as fast as these feet can carry them. And they're running through the woods, and they are jumping over logs and dodging around trees. And occasionally you see, as these feet are running, arrows like sticking in the ground next to their feet. And you hear the sounds of people yelling and screaming, and these feet are just running. As it pans out, you see Chrysalix, and he is running full force through these woods, and all of a sudden the woods come to a complete stop, and there is an opening in the woods, a green pasture, completely open, encircled in woods. And in the middle of this pasture is the pedestal Hamilton that you saw in your past. He approaches it and ducks down behind it and hides. So he's ducked down behind this pedestal, and he's breathing really heavy, and he's like back is straight, like trying to keep tucked as close as he can behind it. And he hears an abundance of footsteps run out into the clearing, and they just kind of stop, and then they're like slowly walking around, like sifting through the brush, looking for him. And his eyes are closed, and he's breathing heavy, and he stops, and then he feels like this abundant heat, and he kind of like lifts his head and turns around, and this pedestal in the middle of the field is glowing red, and there is a massive floating skull in the middle of this pedestal, and he backs away from it on the ground and just kind of like lays down, and then he looks up and he sees all these people running at him again, and he stands up and takes off running. Previously on D&D Kinda. Bartholonude is standing in the middle of where the red light is coming up, and he has this burning symbol on his chest. The angel statue is now fixated on the demon statue with glowing white eyes, and the demon statue is now facing you.
I'm going to grab my holy symbol, and I'm going to throw it at the demon.
And as you are flying, you notice that there is someone that has been following, a half-orc.
Hamilton walks over and says, "And just who might you be?"
The important thing is that these keys are not your keys. Those are my keys. Those are the keys to my house. And if you have them, then where is Francis?
The group poured slowly into the bar and took their table. Hamilton, at the bar ordering his drink.
Bartender, I reckon that you won't be needing that coin bank, seeing as how all the drinks are free.
The bartender, charmed, smiled and agreed as he handed Hamilton all the money the bar had made that night.
So this bartender, I want to cast banishment on him.
And if you do mind me asking, might I have your name?
His name is Liam.
Liam, over the past few days, we have spent a lot of time with your nobleman. We all saw him die.
I cast Create Bonfire on the bed.
The bonfire erupts. You see the guards freak out. Liam yells, "It is time for you all to leave."
We should go. But Liam, keep an eye on this man.
I want to disguise myself.
So Benedict, you're a spider, right?
Yeah, I'm following those guys wherever they're taking the nobleman.
They bring him over towards the frog statue, and the frog statue moves, and they go down the stairs with the nobleman. You tuck away under the frog statue, and the frog statue closes behind them, and they take one of the orbs with them.
I'm Liam's son, and I'm looking for my dad.
So you just put on your disguise kit?
Yep.
And
assume my false identity.
All right.
I really want to know what's going on down there.
Like back with you?
Yeah,
I don't
like,
care.
I'm
No,
fucking
kidding.
hurting.
I don't care.
Should we go with you, or should we let you go and be this child running through and find the door?
You should probably
And then-
let me go, and you guys should hide.
And then let us know telepathically.
Yes,
where we're
you guys
at,
should
where
stay
you're at.
close
That's what I was
enough to me that I can, like, still talk to you, but stay out of the way. Like, stay in the shadows,
to where
stay
we
hidden.
Can, yeah, we can stay in the nobleman's room, assuming that nobody's going to be coming in here.
Hopefully not.
We can. Well, I was going to say we could hide under the bed, but that was on fire, so it wouldn't be a good idea.
No, dude, go for it.
We could hide behind the statue.
There you go. Play some Frogger.
Fuck you.
All right. So you transform yourself into a child, aka shave your facial hair, and nice. Your disguise kit. What? So you just like look like a normal, like innocent boy. Got your little hair part and little poppers clothes, and
I'm a real boy. I'm a real boy.
so.
Does this boy have his own voice?
My name is Dustin Lieber, and I am the nephew of Liam.
Liam's nephew. All
Yep.
right. All right.
Baby.
Please
So,
don't jeopardize this covert ops mission that I've embarked on.
so here's what I want you to do. I want you to, let's see here. What would this be?
What you want? Deception, persuasion.
I want to say no, because the disguise kit kind of takes care of like deception. But what I'm trying to accomplish here is try to figure out Liam, if this could be like something he would even buy.
Well, he's down there with the fucking.
So I'm not interested
he's
in
not.
fooling him.
I thought he went down the stairs with him.
No, he went down the stairs with you guys when you left.
Oh, well, we can come. We can.
Oh wait, no, that changes everything because I thought he was with
No,
the nobleman.
You didn't.
Liam
well,
is the
yeah.
captain of the guards for
Okay,
the
I
the
thought he was
castle.
with. I thought he was with the nobleman.
No.
Okay, then I am a distant relative of the nobleman.
Okay.
That because I totally thought Liam was with the nobleman, so I was just going to be
okay.
like, "Hey, I need to find Liam."
But unless that dude down there told you, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know that he did not go down there with him. There's no way that you would have known that.
You're right, and I fucking hate it. Okay,
There's no way that he would.
he's right.
Yeah.
God damn it, he's right.
So,
I'm gonna end up killing every guard in this fucking castle.
I'm Liam's niece. I mean nephew.
so that's how it's gonna roll.
That's how it's gonna roll.
You're
as much as I don't
Liam. You
want
are
it to.
Liam's nephew.
Yep, and
And
I'm
you
looking
are-
for the nobleman.
You're looking for the nobleman. All right. So you just like charge down the stairs.
Hope I don't find Liam. Hey, remember me? I'm your nephew.
So are you legit? You're not looking for anyone. You're looking for doors, right?
Yeah,
Like
I'm
this-
just exploring, and if anybody finds me, then I'm gonna be like, "Oh, I'm with Liam."
Okay. So you start running down the stairs. We're gonna go back to Benedict. All right. So you are spidered on. Where are you positioned in this room? How do you see your little spider hiding?
What's the what's the shape of the stairs or the bookshelf to the room that they're in right now?
So the room is kind of like a cavern. It's kind of like semicircle, like kind of arcs to like the roof, and then back down on like stone walls. Then there's like rocky crags and things like that, and then there is like just a flat floor that just kind of has like random juts, and there's pillars of rock that go up to the ceiling. And then, and like I said earlier on, there's a flattened out plateau that's like stone flooring that kind of like leads down into like just the rock floor. That's like natural.
Is there any crevices that I can sneak my tiny spider body into?
Oh, yeah.
Then I want to be in a crevice, like in clear view of. Yeah, I want to be in a butt crack with somebody.
Oh God, I got butt spiders again. It's the third time this year.
Now you're just somebody that I used to know.
Oh shit!
How does this keep happening?
But yeah, I want to be
I
hidden
get
in a
it.
crevice, looking at what the fuck they're doing.
Okay. Well, one of them is still looking for you.
Yeah.
He's just like walking around like
You know where he would never think to look?
In Jed's butt crack.
His own butt.
Holy fuck.
Mind blown.
Oh, shit.
So he's just like, he doesn't like, he's just kind of like shifting his eyes around, like looking on the ground. But you're a spider. He
I like
knows
to
that. Like,
picture his eyes are like juddering, like they're moving like so fast they're almost shaking.
He looks like a
Sounds
crackhead
pretty
in
creepy.
Fairmont.
Yeah.
So it looks like people in Fairmont.
There goes our
Yeah,
listener.
he's not gonna see you. Like you're just too small.
Yeah,
Like
very
you know
small.
what? I'm gonna make him roll a perception check, and you better hope he doesn't roll a nat 20, or he's gonna be like, oh, spider.
I smell a spider.
It's a close one,
But
but
it
nay.
didn't work. Hell yeah.
But nay.
Butt nay. Your butt sounds.
He did roll a 19, but alas, to find a micro spider
in a fucking
in a
crevice.
cavern, in a crevice in that cavern, it's not gonna happen.
Ain't gonna happen.
You're in the fold of a butthole.
You were in a butthole flap.
Butt fold. All right, so what are they doing?
Well, one of them, like I said, is just walking around looking for you, and you can hear that like
Yeah.
under like his voice as he's like looking for you.
So hold on. These dudes just walk around everywhere, just going
No, so
everywhere
he's-
they go.
He is attempting to communicate with Benedict because that's what he was told to do. So he's like looking for Benedict, like talking to him, trying to like find him.
Holy shit. That is fucking weird.
Terrifying.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then Benedict is hiding from him. Benedict does not know that at this moment it is friendly to him.
Yeah.
This is awful.
So
I don't like this at all.
it's kind of cool, actually. I like
Very
it.
that's
stressful.
Freaky sweet. I love it.
So the other one has a hold of the nobleman thing and is dragging him back towards the end of the room. And you are like tucked in this crevice, so you can't see back there, but you see a glowing red light start to fill the room.
Okay, and then what?
We're going to go back to the other.
God damn it!
So Hamilton, you like rush down the stairs. How's your demeanor right now as this kid? Like,
I'm probably pretty chipper, I think.
like happy?
He's skipping.
Yeah.
Skipping
Yeah, I
down the
mean,
staircase?
I'm trying to play the part up, so I'm real
Scurry,
pumped.
scurry.
I'm pumped to be a part of this guardsmanship, and I'm ready. It's probably a big day for me. I'm gonna pretend like it's my first day because most people here probably don't recognize me. So I'm just like really happy to be here, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm a guard finally.
But you're like a child.
Yes,
I'm a child guard.
I'm a chard.
I'm gonna guard your Legos.
Be the next Hokage. Believe it.
So my demeanor is just like if you imagine Daniel, but like the exact opposite. That's pretty much how I'm acting right now.
So you're not depressed.
Full
You're
of life, very happy, lots of energy,
Great job.
no pain in my body whatsoever, gainfully employed.
What is happening over here?
Quit.
Your sadness. I smell sadness.
Daniel has hung himself with the cable. No, okay. So you start to skip down the stairs, and you get to the bottom of the stairs, and you open up the door, and it opens up into the hallway where there's a giant metal door with a burn mark in it where you attempted to burn down the door earlier, as you remember. And the
Wait,
wood
that door that you said was wooden, and then after you hit it, you're like, ha, it was metal. That door?
That's the door, yeah.
Yep, that one. That it is metal, but it has a wood grain look to it.
It's got wallpaper on it.
Okay, so you get down there. You see this door. You remember it. The fireplace. There's some embers in it. It's still producing a little bit of heat, not a lot though. Still in the middle of the day. So you walk past the fireplace, and you walk. That is where it kind of branches off. Where to the right there would be the door that leaves, and there is a guard that's standing there, and he doesn't pay any attention to you. You just kind of walk on by him, and you don't
Finger gun him.
You don't.
Fellow guard.
Fellow guard. So you look and you see the door to leave. You see that giant door. You don't know what's behind it, but it looks it's a massive door, like 12 to 13 feet off the ground, like big door.
4 times as tall as I am.
Yeah, so like you imagine that there's probably not a room or like a hallway there or staircase behind that door. I'm imagining
Nothing hidden. It's a little too obvious.
Yeah, so but you do see it across when you get down where the entrance or the exit to leave the keep is. You're in the court, or not the courtyard, but the main hall, where like the throne was and the little pond below the throne that's raised up off the stairs.
Right on.
And then directly across the hall from there is another door that is just closed there. And there's just various people. There's probably like 20 or 30 people in this hall.
Guards or people?
Guards, people, noble looking guys, people in robes. You actually make a perception check just so you can see how much you would know about these individuals.
15.
Okay. So like some of the people that are in here would be like politicians and things like that, because this is where, like I said before, where people would go to like bring their complaints before the nobleman and sign petitions and there'd be people like criers in there that'd be like trying to rally for their cause and things like that.
So it wouldn't be weird for other people to be in this room?
Oh no, not at all.
Okay.
Not
then
at all.
I walk back to the door that I just came through and I motion for Bartholonude and Topher.
Okay.
I thought we went back in and we're like hiding.
Yeah, they're hiding upstairs still.
Yeah, we never.
They can't see me from where I am?
No, because that staircase is like a massive wraparound staircase.
Oh, well then I go back upstairs and get them.
Okay.
But I want to let them know, like, hey, you guys can come down here. Like,
Can't you speak to us telepathically?
I think I'm too far away from you. It's only like 30 feet.
That's true. Okay, never mind.
Okay, so it comes up to get you guys. You guys go with him?
Yeah.
Bartholonude, you about that life?
Yep.
Okay, you are both about that life. All right, so you guys all start running back down the stair. Wait, are you guys running or walking? Like, what's your demeanor in this situation?
I'm walking because
say
I'm not
we're
gonna.
walking,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
not gonna.
We're not trying to
He
attack
might be
the tension.
running ahead of us because he still looks like a kid, but I'm walking. So I'm not.
Yeah, he popped back.
Birthday, yay!
He popped back into the nobleman's room and he was like, "Come on, guys, it's great!" And then just keeps hopping down the hallway.
The water's warm.
So we're gonna go back down to Benedict. So you're tucked away into this crevice, and you start to hear these weird sounds. Well, not that. You just hear like the sounds of like a glow, like an aura,
It's like a boss level in Half-Life.
like that kind of. Like there's like a light, a glow coming from the ground, and you start to like hear that.
Shit.
What do you do?
I'm still watching.
You can't see it from that crevice. If you want to see it, you're gonna have to come out.
All right, now come out of the crevice.
Okay.
I told you I wanted to like back up just enough inside the crevice to where it would be like.
Well, you said where
Pretty
you could
much.
still see. You didn't see
Yeah.
where I hadn't explained at the point you went in there what exactly was happening in the room. So,
Well,
you want to come out enough to see everything.
yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna make another perception check here. It's definitely not gonna work. So you kind of come out and you can see now this platform,
Yeah.
and you see that this guard that's dragging the nobleman kind of lays him down on this light that's coming out of the ground, and there is still actually make a perception check for me.
That's going to be 24.
Wow, okay. So you look down that way, and one thing you do notice is that both the statues that were there, the angel and the demon statue, were gone. And you notice something shimmering on the ground there.
Yeah.
And you recognize that you see Bartholonude's holy symbol. His necklace is laying on the ground
What?
near where those statues once stood that you remember.
No shit.
Yep. I don't know if you remember it. He chucked
Yeah, he
it.
chucked the.
Yeah, it is still laying there on the ground.
I wonder if I can get that for you.
Like that back.
Yeah.
So you see him lay the nobleman down in this red light, and then you see like the light turn like a bright red.
Yeah.
and from the angle that you're at, the guard kind of walks like back out of the light and blocks your view.
I want to subtly move to where it's back in my view.
Okay, so you scurry further down the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you scurry down the wall, and then you notice that behind this guard, as it becomes further in your view, that the nobleman is no longer looks like the nobleman. He has probably grown 2 or 3 feet in size. He is not wearing any clothes. His body is gray, and his claws, his fingers are claws that have
It's that boy.
like 3 to 4 inch claws on each one of his fingers. He has 6 fingers on each hand. This thing is disgusting. Teeth like razors, like gross.
And I assume all 3 of them are probably the same type of thing, and the nobleman's just like the big one.
I mean, that could be an assumption.
Because at the end of my bed that night, there was one like exceptionally large one, and there were 2 other ones beside them that seemed like they were a little bit smaller. And they were all 3 looking at me.
That would be an assumption that could be made. That is your...
That's what I remember of that. Yeah.
Right. No, that, yes.
Oh,
That-
yeah,
you
yeah.
were right in that, but you don't... That's what you're assuming about what you're seeing.
Yeah.
So, here's what's happening. You are watching this, and this thing is like growing and reforming in this light. Like its wounds are healing. Mm-hmm. And as you do that, something goes and cups over you.
Me?
A hand is now covering you.
What the fuck?
And you are now clutched in somebody's hand, and it starts to lift you up and opens up his hand, and it looks up, and there's a guard with silver eyes like staring directly at you, and it picks you up, and it looks at you, and it starts talking to you.
Oh, it's the charmed guard.
It is.
Fuck yeah.
And he just starts, he takes you. How do you react to this? Because you don't you don't know what this speech is.
I'm staying still. Like I'm staying still. Like I don't. He might be like I've gathered that he might be the guard that my brother had charmed.
You don't
since he's
know
not
that.
trying.
You don't. You
yeah,
do
but
not know.
I know that you charmed somebody.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Oh yeah, I wasn't
No,
around for
you
that.
don't.
All right. Well, I still don't want to make it known that I'm Benedict until like it's absolutely necessary.
I'm just
that I
a
transfer.
spider.
Yeah.
I'm a spooter. You try to bite him.
Yeah, just think though, like if he smashes you, you just turn back into a dwarf.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's if he smashes me, though.
Holy
yeah,
shit!
that's what
Could
I'm
you
saying.
Yeah, you have
imagine?
1 HP as a small spider.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. All right. So what he actually does though is he picks you up, and he walks you to the back of the hall. I should say to the front, because the back is where the light is. To the front, back up to where it's like actually a polished stone floor, and he brings you to around a rock wall, and there's a door, and he opens the door and lays you down, and then points back up the stairs, and then closes the door, and he's gone.
Okay, I'm going back up the stairs.
Okay. Are you still a spider, or are you transforming back?
I'm still a spider because I don't want the other guy. I don't want the other one to hear anything, like anything suspicious, because he doesn't know shit.
So, back upstairs. Jed,
Yes.
what you doing?
I mean, I was going to get them.
Yeah, you guys are already back downstairs, and I told you where that door was.
So there was the big door, and then there was like the group of people down below us, right?
So that wasn't. So the big door is all on the same floor as that. So like the big door is on one like it's in a hallway that's like slanted, and then it comes out, and to the right at the end of that hallway is the exit, and then directly in front of that is where the main hall is, where like you have the chair that oversees the main hall, and the fountain and the pond and all that kind of stuff, where all the people are. There's like 20, 30, 40 people here. So
I mean, I'm just looking for like any doors
well,
to
we already
peek into and be like, oh, what's down there? What's down there? What's down there? So like, whichever way that I can go in that has the most doors that I could check to see where they go to, like that's where I'm gonna go.
Okay.
And I'm gonna grab the nearest, like, is there any drape or any sort of like curtain or something I can grab?
I would say there's probably like no like drapes, or there's probably like a tablecloth or two,
I'm gonna
or
grab
some
that
kind of tapestry.
and wrap it around the sphere. And
Wait, what?
Yeah,
We're
one of the orbs.
We're downstairs.
Oh, I'm down there.
now.
Okay,
yeah,
shit.
we're downstairs where
Yeah.
like all the townspeople are and the guards and stuff are in that room.
All right,
like
cool.
where the throne is, the throne room.
Yeah.
I thought we were hiding or something because
We
You
were,
guys-
but he came up and got us.
Okay.
Yeah. And we walked down the stairs with him.
So, Hamilton, I remember explicitly explaining to you that there was a door across the hallway,
Yes.
and that's the only door that you recognize that you haven't been through or looks different, that you haven't been close to.
Gentlemen.
Is that what you sound like as the kid? Not the baby, the kid.
Gentlemen.
I don't know.
Hey guys, there's a door over here. I think we should go through.
I can't tell the difference between you and Josh now.
All right, let's go through this door. And I go through the door.
Before we go through the door, Bartholonude, is this door being guarded?
No.
Okay, we'll just go through the door then. We follow the child.
So-
The priest following the child through an unsuspicious door.
Unsuspicious door.
I will go with you.
So you open up the door and it's just like, it's like really dark and it's just like very loud, and like everyone in the room just kind of like looks over at you.
I turn around and very loudly shout, I gotta take a shit, quit looking.
All right. So you're like this child and you open up the door,
Oh yeah.
and I'm actually going to let that play to your advantage, because since you're a kid,
It's weird.
It's not weird that you're just a kid like running through doors.
Yeah.
Like you're just a child and everyone's just
Oh,
like,
what's in here?
okay. And so you just kind of mosey your way down the stairs. Now, Topher and Bartholonude, do you follow him down the stairs?
I would like to attempt that. Yes.
I am with Topher.
So hold on. Let me just clarify here.
Yes, I know what you're going to ask, and yes, it looks that weird.
A child is like, I have to take a poop. I'm gonna go down these stairs, and then two grown men are just like, we are also going to go down these stairs.
I also have to poop. Yeah, me too.
And everybody's just like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure. That's definitely where the bathroom is.
So, like, just because everyone, like, looks at you doesn't mean, like, the music stops. Everyone stops. Like, everyone just kind of, like, in the midst of their conversations, like, look over and see you and just, like, go back to doing what they were doing.
Yeah, it wasn't like they were all focusing on you. Like,
Everything stopped. Like, everyone's... So inside the door is immediately is a staircase, like a spiral staircase leading down.
Weird.
So you just want to run down the stairs?
No, I want to climb the wall.
Climb the wall?
No, I'm gonna go down the stairs.
Okay. Confused.
I mean, he does have spider climb.
Finds a staircase.
I do have spider climb. I cast spider climb. No, I'm gonna go down the stairs. Yeah.
Okay. How fast are you running down these stairs?
Roughly 3.5 miles an hour.
Holy shit. It's Jason
It's
Bourne.
Jason Bourne.
So you start to book it down these stairs, and Benedict, you were like kind of climbing the stairs as a spider, like you said you were doing earlier.
Yeah.
And like a massive foot out of the darkness just steps on you. You take 1 damage, And then
I'm back.
below your feet, you just get launched through the air. There's
Into the ceiling.
like a 5-foot dwarf that just like explodes from beneath you, and you just like hit the wall and like fall down and like roll down the stairs, and your brother's just standing there.
Hey, what's up?
I'm just like, Kelly Clarkson.
Benedict, how are you? What did you see?
All 3 of the monsters that were at the foot of my bed the night before we all met, they're down there and they're performing some kind of ritual. I don't know. There's some weird stuff going on. You guys want to go like try to kill them or what?
It would be nice to do good to the world for once.
I mean, I'm down. They're scary, but I'm down.
I looked at Topher.
I think if you guys are, I kind of want to see what's going on. He said that there's some kind of ritual happening down there, and I really want to. I'm almost drawn towards it. I want to see what's going on.
So Hamilton is climbing into Benedict Topher's backpack.
Of course he is.
And
Why wouldn't he be?
as he's climbing up Topher's clothing and putting himself into his backpack, he says, I happen to agree. I wouldn't mind to kill every single one of these fucking people.
All right.
I think, yeah.
Bartholonude,
Did you tell me about my holy symbol?
you're a holy simple sound.
Then I'm down.
All right.
Yeah, I think at least go to see what's going on, because he said that there's some kind of, it almost seemed like a ritual.
I have an idea. What if I go down there, I cast on myself, because it has to be on myself, something called greater invisibility,
Ooh.
and I would be able to stay in range of Jed to be able to telepathically communicate to him what's going on inside.
I like that.
I would burn a 4th level slot. My only 4th level slot, but I'm willing to do that for this situation.
Yeah, get on my level.
Is that something you said to us?
Not yet. I want to see what you guys think.
No. Well,
Say it to us.
Ryan thinks it's a good idea for you to say it.
All right, listen up. I'm going to make myself invisible. And yeah, I'm going to go down there and I'm going to go back through that door and I'm going to see what's happening.
Benedict, if you're going to do this, would you mind if I cast a spell on you?
Okay.
It will help you understand anything that they're saying.
What are you going to do?
The spell will allow you to understand any spoken word.
Oh, shit. Yeah, well, that's...
So anything that they say, you'll be able to understand.
That's perfect.
DM, am I allowed to do that?
Please, Poppy.
Yeah. All right, cool. I'm gonna
You're allowed to do that, but they're not words. What? Yeah,
he's just speaking. Oh yeah.
They're syllables.
Because
you can't understand that. Yes.
the tongue spell, it says the spell grants the creature you touch the ability to understand any spoken language it hears, and it lasts for 1 hour.
Very nice.
Yeah, let's get
An
it.
invisible spider that can understand all languages.
Well, I'm not going to be a spider. I'm going to be a druid.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to be invisible.
Then
as
that
fuck.
makes it less funny. Good point.
Yeah.
So I have to touch you to cast the spell. Hold out your hand, Benedict.
Okay.
I just grab your hand and I cast tongues on
Okay. Do you lick my hands or?
you. No, I don't like it. No, this isn't Vikings.
You just
This is
cast
hard.
tongues.
You're not the seer. I'm
Yeah.
not licking your hand.
All right. I'm invisible.
And you can detect languages.
It is time.
The time is now.
We are traversing the stairs.
No, we're staying on the stairs. He's going down the stairs. Fuck, I'm not going in
I would
there.
imagine that since he's going to be utilizing his telepathic bond.
Yeah, you guys get
probably wanna
close.
as
Yeah,
close
we'll
to
get
the
down
door as
there.
you can.
Yeah.
We'll get pert near.
Well, he can only talk to
Near.
Hamilton, so as long as Hamilton's down there, we can stay up above a little bit.
Yeah.
Is Hamilton still a little boy?
I am, yes.
Well, crap, he's in my book bag, so I have to go down there too. So
Okay. You are invisible, and you walk up to the door and you pull it. Are you sneaking invisible?
Yeah, I'm sneaky.
Okay.
Do I have to roll a stealth check?
No, you're invisible. I think that's goes without saying.
Yeah.
Unless you were like, I'm gonna bolt, run, like invisible, that would probably require.
No, I'm sneaking.
Definitely,
in.
definitely make sure that you're, because they'll still be able to hear what you're doing, like if you're moving around.
Yeah, they can't see. Yeah, they can't see me, but they can still hear me.
If you
So
trip and fall.
you open up the door, and you slowly walk into the room, and you come out into the open area, and you look around, and there is nobody to be found.
Oh shit!
And you hear
portal
whisperings, and you hear just over and over again as it slowly fades away.
Scary.
Ooh. Key to the chamber.
The key to the chamber.
We can't hear that. Only he can.
Remember that one time where somebody in the party had keys that was magic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does
So Hamilton's in your backpack.
But we don't know that. He just heard that.
I mean, I'm
He and I are connected telepathically.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So
like,
Hamilton is in your backpack, and he immediately just starts like patting you on the shoulders frantically, and just like patting you on the sides of the head and like on your face and like all over your body, just like frantically.
Calm down. What is going on?
The key to the chamber. The key.
What?
The key to the chamber.
What chamber?
I don't know, but I think it has to do with your keys.
What? Where did you hear that? The key to the chamber.
From Benedict.
What did he see?
He's hearing it right now. He's hearing it. The key to the chamber. It might be your keys.
That would make sense.
What are you guys talking about over there?
Shut the fuck up. You dragon bitch.
Benedict is hearing something that's saying the key to the chamber. And
The key to the chamber?
That Chrislix gave me, there's one that is magic. And they might be speaking of the same key. They might be looking for this key. Francis might have stolen them and gotten them away from these things.
Let's risk it all and try it now.
Try what now?
Yeah.
Hamilton is still smacking Topher
Could you stop
around
it, please?
his face and shoulders.
Could you stop it?
The key to the chamber.
So, am I hearing anything else? Is that all they're saying is key to the chamber?
You don't hear anything anymore.
Nothing anymore?
You were hearing whispers of an echo that used to be there. It was almost strangely like in your head.
Oh. Okay.
Like you walked in like you're invisible, but it's almost like you knew you didn't hear it with your ears.
Yeah.
And so like the red light has like dimmed in the back of the room. It's still there, but it's like fading through the floor, and it's almost like pitch black, and you're just hearing as it just like fades out, and you're just standing in complete darkness.
I want to meet back up with them.
Okay.
Or tell them that it's safe to
I
come
want to
into
wipe
that
the
room.
shit
It'll be
out of my
safe.
underwear,
Yeah.
and then meet back up with the guys.
Yeah, I want to tell them that it's safe to come. They should.
You guys should come in here now. Yeah. They're gone.
So we head in there. So it's pitch dark, pitch black in here.
It's very dark. I guess
cast
we're gonna
light
cast
on
light on
Hamilton.
Hamilton. So now you're just getting like assaulted by a light.
Yeah.
He's just like on your head,
Yeah.
like beating the shit out
I
of you.
feel like I've never mind.
Key to the chamber.
So do you guys all like pour into this room?
Yeah, we're gonna go in there.
All right.
Cheap martini.
So you guys are all in this room.
Hey Bartholonude, is that yours over there on the ground?
Oh, that
Looks
is.
like a holy symbol.
I will grasp that firmly.
Firmly grasp it. That's what she said.
Firmly grasp it.
So this chamber can. Are there any like? Are there any torches, like old torches on the wall, or like places where they would have?
Yeah, there
had,
are
like,
torches on the wall that are
that
not
are just
lit.
not lit?
Yeah.
I can use druid craft and instantly light or snuff out candle.
Yeah,
torch,
why don't you do that and light all these torches?
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
After I pick up my holy symbol, I look toward the center. If I remember correctly, there was a symbol on the ground that was, and I'd like to go back to where that symbol was and see if there's any markings or anything on the ground that I can maybe tell that might be a significant piece of information.
So when you go back over to that area on the ground is still kind of cracked from where it cracked when you guys were in here before. And there is a faint glow as the light from under the earth is fading out, a red glow. And it's just in the shape of a skull like it was before, but it's fading by the second. But other than that, you can't tell anything crazy.
So if the key that these voices are speaking of is magic, then I would assume that the lock, the door, would also be magic. If we could locate this, if it is down here, if anybody could cast a spell to where they could find it. But if we could find this door, I'm assuming that it would also be magic too.
I cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Which for the duration, I sense a presence of magic within 30 feet of me. And if I sense magic in this way, I can see a faint aura around any visible creature or object.
So whenever you cast Detect Magic...
It can penetrate most barriers, too.
Yeah, it can.
Okay, but within a 30-foot range, you realize that the key, one of the keys on Topher's keychain is firing off some serious magic. But you guys were already aware of that.
Yeah.
And then there are no other magics around.
Yeah, so there was a statue in this room, if I remember correctly, right?
There was.
The angel and the demon statues
it crumbled.
He mentioned that earlier. They both are gone.
So I want to look in the ashes of where the statue is. Are those ashes still there?
Yeah, the ashes of the demon statue are still there.
Okay.
And,
I want to kind of look through like those ashes and see if there's anything under the ashes on the floor, or if there's any sort of clues around that might help us out.
Okay. So when you start to sift through those ashes, let's see. Give me an investigation check.
14.
Okay. So you brush away the some of the dust there, and you notice that there's something hard in the ashes there, and there is a red ruby in the ashes. And the ruby is probably like 2 or 3 inches wide and like an inch thick.
Wow.
Like, it's big. It's a big ruby. Like,
that's a big ruby. So I was like, I found something, and I hold it up.
Neat. Okay, so I want to look around to see if I can see anywhere in this room or like a passageway leading out that might look like they had gone.
I can kind of see that Topher is assessing like the different exits and potentially looking for clues that might indicate which way people that were here, or people that Benedict said were here, and where they could have went. And the portal seems like the most likely of the...
I feel like that ruble... Okay, so he has said several times that red light is dimming. It's not dimmed out yet. And you just found a ruby in some ashes. I feel like you should place that...
That statue crumbled days earlier when
I know.
Here, though.
I know that. But he found a ruby, and why not just try to, like, put it in this fucking extinguishing red aura?
Okay.
Just, like, lay it down on the, like, whatever. Is there like, a sigil or something on the ground?
Ball's symbol is on there, but it's broken. It got shattered the first time we were here.
so the symbol the light is creating a symbol.
Put the ruby down.
I get this impulse to put the ruby down.
Bartholonude, that ruby that you have just found. Put it down.
That is a good idea. Symbol. I will remove it from my inventory and place it there.
Well, if it doesn't do anything, you can just keep it.
No, I do. I set it down kind of where the light is.
Okay.
And as I'm like having it in my hand and putting it toward the light, I kind of like let the light shine on it to see if there's any effect.
So, small shards of light are still like crackling up through the breaks in the ground, and it hits the ruby, and it just kind of casts like a spray of red light over the room above you. But you're noticing something kind of strange about what is being refracted onto the walls and the ceilings. It's not light. It's almost where the light is being refracted onto the walls are no longer the end of the room. It's like giving you the ability to see far beyond what's there, but there's nothing there.
Is it almost like this is casting almost like an image into another dimension from like through like say a portal or something? Is this what is on the other side of like a portal? Is that what you're kind of going for?
Not necessarily. It's almost like whatever it is allowing you to see
things that are hidden?
It's not. It kinda. So like, okay, that's a good way to put it. So like, what it's doing is allowing you essentially to. Actually, let's make a check for this. Everyone make a intelligence check.
Fuck! Nat 20. I got the big smart.
15.
6. 11.
So, Bartholonude, you just start drooling.
On par.
Benedict, you know exactly what is happening.
Yeah, tell me.
This
Actually, don't.
This ruby is casting the ability to see beyond what is currently in front of you. Mm-hmm. So the reason you can see further than what the wall is, but there's still nothing, is because there's nothing beyond this wall other than more wall. Essentially, it's allowing you the ability to see beyond and behind whatever is projected through what the ruby sees.
Guys, this ruby shows us things that aren't there when light hits it and refracts it a certain way. Hamilton, since you're light, why don't you go ahead and pick up that ruby?
I should probably pick up this ruby.
Bartholonude hands Hamilton the ruby.
Hamilton takes the ruby.
Just point it in different places.
Hamilton points at different places.
Points it in different places.
So, okay, so if he's doing that, so obviously in this room there's nothing else like that we can see, like with that ruby. There's nothing else that this is showing us in this room, correct?
That you can see at the moment, yeah, based on where the light is refracting.
Well, if we're doing that, like I'm going to be moving around because he's in my book bag. I'm going to be moving around, like looking at each of like the walls to see like if there's anything else in here.
I mean, so like as it moves around, this is obviously like underground.
Yeah.
And you see like the bones of creatures in the ground and like various different rocks and precious metals and gems and the foundations of the structure above you and the bones and things of people upstairs, and like it's almost like it's granting you like x-ray vision into everything. But whenever you guys are holding this, you guys are getting like a serious like bad vibe from this ruby. Like whenever you are seeing this stuff, it's like weighing on you. Everything has like a red tint to it. Everything is like, it's like hazy. It's like in Lord of the Rings where whenever Frodo uses the ring and he can see
the ring wraiths.
Yeah, he's like, he can feel like some serious bad mojo, and that's how you guys feel when you're viewing things like this.
This feels almost calming to me.
He's the one with Hamilton's boner in his back.
That's what it is.
That's
dark magic.
So we can use this to see things, and I know that I've got a funny feeling. I don't know if any of the rest of you feel the same kind of weird darkness that I feel.
I've got a feeling.
We have a couple of options. We could take this with us and go back and get
Weissweiny, because he's still outside. Or we could continue down and back to where we follow the path to where we found the nobleman in the sewers and see if we can see anything else down through there.
Maybe we should go talk to that guy that tried to steal your keys and try to ask him, like, what the keys are for.
Maybe we should make a deal with him. Give him the keys if he will take us to where he will use them.
I don't think making a deal, I don't think I'm going to give him the keys, but
it would be nice to see how he's going to use them, to see what they're legitimately for.
I don't trust him to give him these keys. These came from Francis. I'm not going to give him these keys.
He knows they are from Francis, and Francis has done nothing but help us. What if he is a friend that we just had a bad first encounter with?
Francis could have also used her name to persuade somebody that's evil to give him to give her the keys. It does not necessarily mean that he is good.
Well,
or
we don't
bad.
Have to give them to him. We can just lie to him and tell him you'll give it to him after he takes us where they're supposed to go.
That would get us the information we need.
But yes, I'm not, and until we know for sure that we need these keys, or these keys, like what these are for, I will not let go of them.
Do not get me wrong, Topher. I do not want to put those keys at any risk, especially if they unlock a door that would allow evil to break another seal. We must guard them, but we must also find out a little bit more about them.
I agree.
And going into the only person who shortly after obtaining these keys is now knowing that you have them, knows how to track where we are, and knows that of Francis, we should at least pursue this avenue.
I agree.
If we aren't going to go down the sewer after these, that might be a good alternative.
I think we should. I think that's a good idea. But the first thing that you said, we should give him the keys. That's why I said what I did.
My apologies.
There will be no key giving. We will lie to him.
I would like to speak with him further. Someplace private, someplace we can sit and talk.
So what do you guys want to do?
I think we should go back up and see if we can, at this point, track down where this dude's at. So should we go back out through the front door where the guards know us, or should we go back up to the nobleman's room? Actually, we can't get back up that way.
Yes, we can.
Underneath the frog statue?
Mm-hmm.
The orb's gone.
Yeah, but I have a way to get through. I have stone shape.
So which way you guys are going to go?
I think let's just go back up the stairs and go out through the front door. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, let's go through the door that I was going towards and they came through.
Yeah, we'll just go back up through that way.
We know that's an exit, or that we can definitely get through, so.
Okay, you guys all good with that?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to take Light off of Hamilton and take him out of my book bag. So whenever he goes back through, he still looks like the child.
So all four of you guys funnel out of that door, like one by one, you said?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I was talking like, yeah. I mean, we can all come up at the same time, but I was saying like going back out the front, you know, maybe just if there's like large groups of people leaving, just kind of like filtering out with them, so we can kind of like just hide with the crowd.
It's just like in and out, kind of. Yeah, and that's fine. Like that's what kind of I was getting at. You guys just kind of filtering out of the room like one by one, like a couple seconds after the other, and then make your way outside. Nothing's really going on or anything that would cause that to be conspicuous.
I just know if like Liam would be mad that we're back inside or anything like that if he were to see us.
Nope. You guys make it outside. Weisswein is sitting on the edge of the stairs. He's just kind of leaning on the railing, I guess you could say, like the staircase. He's leaning on it. And he turns around and sees you guys. And he says, the half-orc, he is gone. The guards released him, and he is gone.
Well, Weisswein, those keys, we found that they might have a greater importance than what we thought, and we need to speak with him. Do you know which way he went? Do you know, or does anybody know how we could find him?
I have a feeling he'll find us.
So Weisswein speaks up and says, I can do you one better. He gave this to me. And he hands you a note. And do you open the note?
Yeah.
Okay, so you unroll the note, and it says, to whom it may concern. And it says, if you are a friend of Francis, then you are a friend of mine. And it says, you can find me at the Brandy's Main.
Hamilton,
Yes.
come over here real quick. We might have an issue. We want to speak to this fella. You can read this real quick?
Yes. Friend of Francis. Branded. Oh. Jesus.
I think that me and you should probably not go there.
I think perhaps we should say far away.
So we should probably hash out a plan before we go there. Because Hamilton, we still have his money.
We are not particularly welcome.
No, and I also sent him to another plane of existence for a minute.
That was probably scary.
But I might have a plan. If we need, this is more important than these keys. Talking to this feller is more important than our beef or qualms with this bartender. I will give the bartender back my share of the money that we had taken from him in order to...
You just moved up one alignment.
He wants us to meet him at the Brandy's Main. Hamilton and I are obviously not welcome there.
So do I know that we have to go to the Brandy's Main yet?
I kind of just let Hamilton know that. Then I spoke up and let everybody know that he wanted us to meet him at the Brandy's Main.
All right. So you guys head that way?
Yep.
The journey is in progress. So you guys, a couple hours later, approach where Brandy's Main is. How did you guys want to handle the situation?
Well, I think that if anybody's going to go in, it's just going to be Topher. That note was for him. And if we all four go in, it's going to be... people are going to look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we, as a collective unit, had stolen money. And I stare at Hamilton. So on top of that, I also banished the bartender. He probably is the owner, to a plane of existence earlier today. So in order for us to try to get back into his good graces, I propose to you, if everybody gives me a little bit, not all, but part of your gold and silver, bronze, whatever you have left, to where I could give to him in a gesture of good faith to allow us into the bar to speak to this orc, this person who knows about these keys and knows Francis. So if you would allow me to do that, I will gladly try to persuade him to let us come in and speak with this man.
How do we know that he's even back?
Yeah.
Because it only lasts 1 minute.
Well, he's
His
definitely
mind,
back.
his mind might have fractured, and he might have ran away.
What if he's just taking the day off?
Well, if he's not in there, then I will give you back your money. But in case, I don't want to walk in here and look suspicious walking back out to collect if he is in here.
Or are you gonna have a nice dinner
Using our money.
that we gave you with this orc?
No. You
Topher,
all
here.
should know to trust me.
Take these 20 gold pieces.
I reluctantly hand him 20 gold pieces.
Okay.
Okay, so
20 gold I don't even have 20 gold.
bullshit.
Oh, bullshit.
You guys don't have 20 gold
I
pieces.
don't. I have 15. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, so whatever. I don't know what, 15 gold apiece.
Yeah, 15 gold apiece.
Plus
And
all
I'm,
split Hamiltons.
and I'm paying for Hamilton's. Yeah, I'm
That's
good.
fine.
So
So
15 gold.
he's going to get 60 gold total.
Okay.
Okay, so I walk into. I go ahead and walk through the door.
All right, so I would imagine that this is actually somewhat of a hollowing moment for you, because like you being of the life domain,
I'm with you.
This is like
I'm with him.
You go with him?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you guys walk through there, I mean, still, even for you, like last time you guys went through here, you guys almost got killed right before you walked in. Those animated armors almost murdered you guys. And then you walk in here, and despite, what you got, how mentally prepared you guys are for this, bars don't sleep. There's always new people drinking. This is full of life. This is one of the most popular bars in Neverwinter. People everywhere. And upon first glance, as you just kind of look around, both this bartender is here, and you also see at the far end of the bar at a table by himself is this half-orc.
Okay.
And he is like power slamming beers.
Okay.
Like,
Bartholonude, let's go talk to the bartender first. After we speak with him, and if we are able to stay here and speak with this orc, then I will have you go and fetch the rest of them outside. So I want to walk up to the bar with Bartholonude.
okay, so when you guys walk up to the bar, this elfish bartender is standing with his back to you guys. He's pouring an ale into a giant cup, and he turns around and like puts the cup on the bar and like slides it down to some group of dwarves that's at the end of the bar, and he like slides it down to them, and he turns around and he has like a panic attack when he sees you. He like stumbles backwards and is like freaking out and almost like shaking.
Okay. Sir, I'm not here to do you any harm. First off, what is your name?
Quent.
Quent?
So he's like, his back is like all the way against the bar, and like he has like a sword that's like tucked away under a shelf, kind of like a weapon, like any other modern bar would have. And he's like reaching for it, and his hand kind of stops, and he's still kind of terrified.
Yeah. Sir.
And he looks at you, and he's like,
I sense your hesitancy. I sense your nervousness. I promise you, earlier today, me and my friends were on a direct path to the keep to see what was going on with the nobleman, because we watched him die. And the only reason that I banished you is because we needed no distractions. So I do apologize. And I also know that the first time that we were here, that a friend of mine, if I should so call him a friend, charmed you and stole some money from you. So here...
He interrupts you, and he like gets closer. Like he looks like he's getting some balls. Mm-hmm. He's much taller than you. He's very tall.
Yeah.
But he's not like muscular. He's like kind of skinny dude.
Yeah, he's an elf.
Yeah. And he kind of like leans over, and he looks at you, and he's like, "Do you have any idea where you sent me? Do you know what it is like to be in pure nothing? Do you know what it is like to feel nothing, to see nothing, to be nothing? Where nothing is, it is blackness, it is bright, all at the same time, and you feel nothing. A minute is longer than an eternity."
I do apologize for what I've done to you, but I do not know what that feels like.
So he doesn't say anything. So he just kind of like glares at you.
Well, we were here a few days ago, and a friend of mine had charmed you and took your money, and this is the repayment for that. And I lay down the pouch with the money on it and give it back to him. We are here to speak with somebody. We are on a minute. We won't be here long, and I can promise you that there will be no more shenanigans. We are just here to speak with a man, and he wanted us to meet him here. Is that okay? And I slide the pouch of money over to him.
So he grabs the pouch of money, and he kind of like breaks it open and looks inside of it, and he looks back up at you and says, "This is but a fraction of what you stole from me." What? Where is the rest of it?
And then I kind of step forward and I say, I will offer you my services. And then I walk over onto the stage and I begin to play the flute.
And as he does that, I throw down 600 copper pieces. I did not know how much because the man who took it from you, he did not give us all of it. He split it, and this is what the rough amount that I thought it was. But here is the rest of my money. I've got 600 copper pieces here.
Okay.
If that will be enough.
So, Bartholonude, make a performance check for me.
23.
Okay, awesome. So you get up on the bar stage and you start playing your flute, and it's not. So there's actually someone that's already playing music at the bar. They have like a lute, and there's someone with a dulcimer, and it's very catchy music, and it's drinking music. And you get up there and you actually take the lead with your flute, and you are like now controlling the music in the bar, and everyone is into it. And you throw down a empty pouch and you like throw it down there, and people are like jumping and dancing. They're like tossing gold coins into it, and they're throwing like all kinds of money at you. Not like hand over fist, but they're like throwing coins in it every couple seconds and things like that. So he goes up there and he's doing that while you're standing with the bartender, and the bartender looks at you and says, "You can call our debt even if I get every penny of what copper piece of what is being thrown into that."
Every copper piece?
Every piece of what is being thrown into that.
Yeah, absolutely. Any bit of money that he makes while he's playing.
Okay.
I ask you one more favor. One of my friends is the man who charmed you and took your money. Is it okay if he comes in and speaks with us as well? Him and his brother are outside, and they are waiting respectfully for me to ask you that.
We're
He did not
outside
want to
causing
just-
a ruckus, like throwing rocks at people. And
Stealing some horses.
He looks at you and says, "If your friend agrees to relinquish his staff for his stay in the bar,
Yeah, that's not happening.
or he can stay outside."
I agree to that. So I walk back out front, and I talk to Hamilton and Benedict. So I've spoken with the bartender, and he will allow you both to come in under one condition, Hamilton, if you relinquish your staff. Now, I know you're not going to do that. So what I propose is that you hide it in my book bag, and your brother takes your staff.
Topher, you do what you have to. I'll find my own way. I'll be fine out here.
Benedict, that's up to you, but I would advise you to maybe stay out here with your brother just in case, and don't leave him by himself. I've got Barthol, not because I'm worried for his safety, but
He'll do something stupid. Yeah, I got you.
I've got Bartholonude inside. He's on stage. He can see the whole bar from where he's at. So I will be fine with this orc.
All right. Well, if some weird shit's going down, I'll be right in, I promise.
Okay. So I'd go ahead and head back inside, and first I go up to the bar, and, instead of just being like, I'm going to come here and talk to this dude, I buy a brandy, and then I go sit down with this orc.
So you walk up to him and sit down?
Yeah, I sit down and I slide the note that he handed, or that he gave to Weisswein to him. And
Okay.
I don't say anything.
This individual is in the middle of like chugging a beer. And like there's beer like running down into his beard, and it's like because like he's drinking it through like the tusks that are like coming up out of his mouth. He like slams the beer down on the table, and he like grabs another one that's like right next to him. And he points at you and he says, "Keeper of the keys. It's you, right?"
Correct.
And he kind of laughs, and he says, "Smart of you to travel with your friends. Please, let me have those keys, or let me take you to where the keys are for. You are friends of Francis, are you not?"
I am friends with Francis, correct. But from what I have felt from these keys, and no disrespect to you, but I do not know you, and these keys were entrusted to me They were given to the person that I met whenever I first awoke, the person that I trust.
Chrysalix.
Chrysalix, correct. He gave these keys to me to guard, and I know that you may know names, but I do not know you.
So he starts to laugh while you're talking. Like, and it doesn't seem like he's laughing at you. He's not making fun of you. He just says, he like grabs his beer and takes a big drink, and he like puts it back down on the table and says, "Oh, you are so sorely mistaken. Chrysalix, Francis, and I go back much further than you think. These keys, there's 2 keys on that chain. One of them is to our house. The other...
Our house.
Francis and I live in the same place." He goes on to explain that the place that him and Francis both stay, it's more of a front. That key, the one you, I'm sure, felt the magic off of it, how I was able to find it when you came into Neverwinter. That key is the key to the Chamber of the Seals. That key opens that chamber, which is in the base of our house. That is our base of operations. That is why it is so important that those keys cannot fall into the wrong hands.
I understand your concern with that, and that's why I was trying to keep them safe. But you have stories. How do I know that these are true? I don't know you. I don't know that you know these 2 personally, that you even live with Francis. Just because you know where these keys go, what they do, does not make you their friend. How do I know that I can trust you? How do I know that me and my party can trust you?
He takes a big drink and puts his beer back down on the table and says, "You are wise to not trust me." He goes, "Well, look at me. I'm a giant half-orc. I'm natively evil." He goes on to explain to you his story.
Okay.
Essentially, he goes on to tell you how he met Francis. And he said that many years ago, I, like anyone, was searching for a way to make a living. And as a half-orc, where you're shunned by the Orcan society and human and elven societies alike, it's very difficult for us to find work short of anything but being a mercenary or a gladiator. So that's what I did. And it's very easy to find yourself in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I did. I found myself surrounded in a chamber of followers, of occult followers.
Who were they following?
I know not. I wasn't there long enough to know.
That sounds very familiar. Continue.
Chrysalix and Francis both came and wiped them all out and saved my life. And since then, I have heard the story of the seals. I have heard the story of, he goes on to explain, the backstory of Selin, the demigoddess of the outcasts, which he feels like a very strong connection to, and how the dwarven child that died in the first episode was the first seal that had broken, because she was the last blood of
the demigoddess.
Right.
Yeah.
And Selin was the demigoddess that led the charge and delivered the final blow to Baal before he was sealed. And he goes on to explain all that to you. Can I take you and your friends? Bring them all. They're all welcome in our home. Can I bring you back to the chamber? There is so much you all need to know. So much that will help you in our journey. Lokar is at large. Baal is coming. We must be ready. You can keep the keys.
Let me relay this to my friends, and I will be right back with you. So I get up and I motion Bartholonude to come out with me outside to talk to the whole party.
Okay.
I get down off of the stage and grab the sack of coins and put it in my backpack.
This bartender's gonna be pissed.
Do you really?
No, I don't do that. I give it to Hamilton.
I'm rich.
Okay.
Now, how much is in there?
There are various coins in this bag, but it equals up to probably be around 35 to 40 gold pieces.
Okay.
So
I walk over and I set it down on the table, and I say, Quint, here is the remainder of your sum. I apologize for doing anything wrong or facilitating any misdoings to you and your fine establishment.
Okay, so I walk back out front with Bartholonude and relay that information.
And then right before I like walk away from the bar, I just look back and I say, Quint, if I'm ever in the neighborhood, I shall play again. I quite enjoyed it. And from the looks of that coin sack, your patrons do too.
he looks at you and kind of gives you like a hesitant look, but then just kind of grins and then nods at you like he would like that. So
walk back outside and I let Bartholonude, Hamilton, Benedict, and Weisswein know.
When you walk outside, you notice like Benedict and Hamilton are there for you, but you notice that Weisswein is a little bit down the road, and you see him talking to people.
Weisswein.
He kind of turns and looks at you, and then turns back. He is talking to two other golden dragonborns, and they are both wielding the sigils of the Golden Clan, and they are very regal looking.
Okay, well, I'd look down and see that, and I just like crossing rivers without us. So I talked to this orc inside. I'm still very hesitant about if he's telling the truth or not, but he would like for us to go with him. He said this key is to the Chamber of Seals that him and Francis shared together, but he would like to take us there to show us. But he's letting me keep the keys. I'm still very hesitant, as we all should be, because Baal and Lokar both have many people that are working for him, as you, Hamilton, and you, Benedict, know. But I believe that we should go with him to find this out, to see what he has to show us.
Yeah, well, let's go. Why not?
Fuck it.
I agree, but who is Weisswein speaking with?
I do not know.
You don't recognize them?
I'm afraid that I might.
Well, I go back into the bar and I motion to that orc that,
Let's go.
Okay.
Well, I don't motion to him because I'm not just going to walk and be like,
So as you
I walk over
walk
to him.
into the door, he is actually standing at the bar, and he's talking to Quint.
okay. Well, I walk up to him and tell him that we will come with you. We would like for you to show us what we were speaking of a little bit ago.
He looks at you and he nods, and then he turns back around to Quint, and he reaches his arm across the counter and kind of does like a Viking handshake with Quint. And as he pulls his hand back, a piece of paper slides out of his hand and into Quint's hand, and they nod at each other, and he starts to walk out.
I don't say anything. Pretend like it, like I didn't see it. But we walk back outside, and I go kneel down next to Hamilton. Hamilton, whenever I walked back in there, he was at the bar, and he slid a piece of paper to the bartender. Very conspicuous. So, like I said, I'm very suspicious of this orc, but we definitely keep an eye on him with me. I trust you the most out of this party. Just keep an eye on him. Something fishy's going on.
So the orc walks out of the half orc, I should say, walks out of the bar. He motions to you all and says, "We should not waste any time. Let us go." And he turns around and starts to walk away with the expectation that you guys are following him. But he does it in a way where, as he turns around, it's almost like in a way that he's trusting you guys to like let his guard down. His back is to you and trusts that you guys are not going to mess him up.
So as he walks away, when he turns his back, Hamilton shouts out to get his attention.
Okay. So he like turns around.
Hey,
He turns around.
Yeah.
Is your backpack big enough to fit a gnome?
He's not wearing like a backpack, but he has like a side bag that's like hanging off of his
Got
belt.
a fanny pack?
Not a fanny pack.
It's a fanny pack.
It's like a it looks like a big
fanny pack.
coin purse almost.
Could your coin purse fit a gnome?
He kind of turns around and he's feeling some type of way right now. Like he's kind of
drank a
drunk.
lot.
And he turns around and he's like, I see no reason we couldn't try.
Hamilton gets his coins first.
So right kind of as
I
he
see
comes
where I
out
stand.
and draws everyone's attention away, I take just a quick second and I dart back into the bar and I walk back up to Quint and I hold out my holy symbol and I say, Quint, where can I find a relic similar to this in Neverwinter? Do you know?
So Quint actually, interestingly enough, comes over to you and he looks at you and looks down at it and he looks at the holy symbol and he says, is this the symbol of Bahamut, the ancient dragon god?
I have studied to find its origin, which is why I ask the question. Many scrolls that I have perused through have not yielded the wisdom that allows me to find what this means.
So he kind of like wraps his fingers around it and looks at you and sees if you're okay with him picking it up. Like he doesn't want to like take it from you because you held it out and he's just kind of like feeling it and looks up and do you let him pick it up?
Yeah.
Okay, so he like picks it up and like lifts it in the air and just starts to like shine it around, and you notice something. Whenever he lifts it up, the light refracts through the gem in the middle of your holy symbol, and it shines light into the floor, and you can see through the floor. And you get that same feeling you did whenever you look at that light back in the nobleman's keep.
Okay. So after he looks at it, does he find anything about it that might tell me what it's about or where I might be able to find more things like it?
So he says that this was the symbol of the ancient dark dragon Bahamut. And he says that you can't buy this. Maybe from a vendor that found it on a merchant that maybe found it on someone's body, but this isn't anything you purchase in Neverwinter. This is ancient. This is an ancient deity's symbol. Where did you come to find this?
Quint, I thank you for your wisdom. Have a good day.
He respectfully hands it back to you, and you have no reason. He has no reason to be angry about you not wanting to talk more. He's a bartender. He's used to people opening up and not wanting to say anything. So you just turn and walk away. So as you guys walk outside, are you guys getting ready to follow?
Yeah, my biggest concern is, I'm not really concerned because it's Vicewan and he's survived forever without us, but can I still see him?
So, yeah, he's talking with the two Dragonborns.
I just want to yell down the street to him. Vicewan, we are leaving. Are you coming with us or are you staying?
So Vicewan turns back around and sees you and like holds up like one finger, like he's saying like 1 second. Like what's up?
We haven't much time. We must go.
So he kind of turns around and you see him like talking like to the people or the dragons that he's with, and he turns around and then he yells back and he says, Bartholonude. And then he like motions you to like come towards him, and he's walking towards you as well.
So I kind of come to attention and move toward him.
Okay. So he approaches you and says, Bartholonude, I have received news from home. There have been attacks in the border forest. More of them like when we were younger. Felt like we were hatchlings. Do you remember that when our brothers died?
A day will never stop reminding me.
I wish things had been different, Bartholonude. You, despite how I've betrayed you and let you and your friends down, I am truly sorry, and on behalf of our entire Golden Clan, we are truly sorry. You're a brother to me, and I appreciate everything you have done for me.
Let us be examples for all dragonkind that regardless of our tone of skin, we are all of the same family.
So Bartholonude, he's kind of like tearing up, and he looks up and says, there will never be another like you, Bartholonude. Our clan, our Golden Clan is here. They have invited me home to help with what is going on, but not as a member of the clan, as their leader. I hope to rectify the mistakes that our Golden Clan elder has made, the countless and senseless murders, the things he has done. I know I could never make up for them, but I hope that one day you can join me as a leader and as a brother to our future.
Vicebond, the way you are speaking makes me think that now is when we will split ways.
He turns back to the Golden Clan members behind him, and he looks at you and says, that is what I am saying. I must go, or many more may die, and if I can stop it, I will. You must understand.
So I hold out my hand in a big arm-grabbing gesture as the dragon handshake as they grab up to the forearm of those that they're shaking hands with. And I shake my hand with them real big, and we both kind of lean in, and I mention just kind of humorously, mislead me again, and I will kick you in the chest.
He has a small laugh, but knows the real meaning of what you're saying, and it's truly
brotherly.
Yes, and he turns and his arm falls out of yours, and he turns around and says, good luck, brother. I will see you again soon.
D&D Kinda is proudly sponsored by Elderwood Academy, SkullSplitter Dice, and RPG Sounds Fantasy.